Hey there, Blue Oval Dude here. I'm just showing you one of the cars, one of my project cars. I've had this car for many years, haven't done much with it. Just kind of showing you what I've got here and kind of my ideas. So this car, I've had it for more than 10 years. I bought it, was not in running condition. It had a giant hole in the hood already when I bought it. Pretty painfully stock right now. I'll just tell you the story about this thing. So this car, I got it. It had a blown transmission, had a hole in the transmission actually. The counterweight on the flex plate had let go when the guy that had owned it was street racing some other guy, and it flew right through the transmission. So that kind of ended his day and started shaking all over, and he decided that he wanted to sell it and he didn't want to fix it. So I bought it with a broken trans, no carburetor, no air cleaner, no fan. It had a 7.5 rear end with 411s, and the gears were welded on this thing. So yeah, he had a welded diff in it. So when I bought it, I just got the thing running basically. I had a 600 double pumper. I threw that on it, put an air cleaner on it, had some old junk electric fan laying around, so I threw that on it. I built a fresh C4 for it. I put an 8.8 under it with 373 and a traction lock. It's got disc brakes in the rear. Threw a decent shifter in it. Yeah, I haven't done much with this thing. It's just kind of been sitting and thinking about what I'm going to do with it. So here it is. Kind of been throwing some stuff around, some ideas for it. So I'm thinking that, you know, those NKB heads are kind of a budget head. So I'm thinking I'm going to take those and put on here and make it halfway respectable so I'm not embarrassed to drive it. Because this is just, what we got here, from what I understand, this engine is pretty much fully stock, including the 30-year-old pistons and everything else. This came out of like an 84 LTD police car, and then just got a cheap Proform or Speed Pro intake on it, and some old junk shorty headers. Shorty headers are garbage. Don't ever buy them. They offer you like little to no horsepower gains. They're a waste of time. So I'll fire it up so you can hear it. But I mean, it's a nice car. She's a little rough, but she's not that bad. You know, the oil pressure's not too bad, and I don't think it's ever been overheated. She ain't much though. So for me, it's painfully slow, and I'm almost embarrassed to drive it because, man, look at this hood scoop. We've got this mean looking hood scoop on this thing. You can see the air cleaner in there, and this thing is painfully stock. You know, 8-to-1, 8.5-to-1 compression. totally pathetic. Stock cam. I mean, this thing's done by 4,500 RPMs. But I know it will run like a 14, but for me, that's painfully slow. It's just embarrassing for this poor car. Deserves better. So yeah, I think those NKB heads need to go on here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. If you guys got some suggestions, I'm willing to hear. I mean, give me some comments. You know, like this video. Remember to subscribe, you know. Hit that bell. But I'm kind of thinking that, I don't know, either change the pistons or leave them stock just to see how much horsepower you can get out of it with these stock internals. Just throw a cam in it and heads and some decent headers and make this thing work a little bit. I know you could easily make 400 horsepower with these stock pistons and just throwing that heads and a decent sized cam in it. But part of me wants to throw in something like 12 5-to-1 pistons, or at least some pistons that I don't have to be worried about spinning and flying apart. I mean, these things are 30 years old. So, yeah, leave me a message in those comments, and I'll be looking to hear from you. You guys have a good day now.